When you're buying sugar in 5 kilo bags, you know you're doing something awesome. Hello homebrewers, and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be brewing up some turbo yeast. So I am brewing up some turbo wash because I have some future videos that need it. Odd, right? So what I'm going to be using today is the pure turbo yeast from Still Spirits. It comes in a pack for about £12 from Amazon. It's pretty good actually, for everything that's needed. So I'll stick a link below if you're interested in this. So you get the yeast with the energizer and everything you need. For the brewing, you get this, which is turbo carbon. This helps remove any off flavors or any methanol, anything like that you would get in brewing. And it also comes with the turbo clear, which is a pretty hardcore finings. I don't really use them a lot, but in this case I'm going to be using them. It just helps remove any excess crud and off flavors. So it's pretty hardcore stuff. Now, unlike normal turbo yeast, this doesn't brew to the 20% like normal. It's brought down a bit to 15%, so that's why I only need 5 kilos of white sugar. Pretty cool. So whether you're using the Alcotech, 24 or 48, it is a good idea to get this cheeky little bit of carbon. So I'll also stick a link to Amazon just for the carbon, because, well, this helps remove the funky flavors that you get from the higher alcohol. It's just a good thing to have. If you're not going to be distilling, you want to try and get a clean product. So this is pretty handy. Now the downside to using the carbon is that you can really only use sugar. Trying to brew turbo side or anything like that, the carbon's going to strip out a lot of the flavors, so just bear that in mind. So I'm going to go and rinse out my 25-litre container and we're going to get started. So I have sterilized and rinsed out my bucket. I was using thin bleach and washing up liquid, and I rinsed it out in the shower because, well, it's pretty big. That's what she said. So, fresh but not bleachy. So I'm going to put the lid down and we're going to begin. So I'm going to start off with some boiled water. It just makes it easier to get the sugar in. And plus, I'm going to be using a wooden spoon because all my metal ones bend when you try and do this. So the boiling water scorches the last little bit. So I got myself 5 kilos? Oh god, I can't even speak. Because it was a lot easier to buy a big bag than trying to carry 5 small kilos. And you can buy this in your local supermarket for about £3.15. So 25 litres of 15% alcohol for, what was it, 15 pounds. That's not bad. So here we go. In goes the 5 kilos of sugar. Almost 5 litres of sugar. Put it in the bin. So now add the boiling water, because, well, trying to mix this in cold would suck. So I'm going to need a little bit more boiling water because, well, it's not quite soluble yet. So now we're going to be adding cold water to it. So I'm going to use my kettle as it's already sterilized, and on I go. The 23-litre mark. Awesome. So I've finished topping this up to the 23-litre mark. I've got my stirry spoon and I'm going to give it a mix to make sure the sugar and the water have mixed equally, because I'm going to take a hydrometer reading. Right, so I've got my hydrometer that has been sterilized. My side was sterilized, it's now just covered in sugar. In goes my hydrometer. And it says here that it is reading 14%-ish, slightly over 14%. So it is 1.090, which isn't that bad. But I'm expecting this to ferment to dryness, which is 990, because it's just plain sugar. So, pretty good so far. So now comes the fun bit. So I've got my turbo carbon. And you've got to squeeze the packet, because it kind of solidifies. It turns into a block, so you've got to really work the packet to separate all of that lovely carbon goodness. And then take a pair of scissors, pour it in. Oh, that looks pretty. Looks good. Just going to give it a cheeky little stir. Now it's black. So now comes the fun bit. Now we're just going to literally open this up and dump it in. Now it's up to you if you want to give it a little stir. I'm just going to mix it around just to make sure I don't get any clumps. Don't want clumps in it. And there we go. All I've got to do is stick my lid on the top. And I'll put this somewhere out the way, and we'll come back in 7 days and check on it. Should be fun. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to check out the other ones. Of course, comment and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next one. Carry on homebrewing, guys. Cheers.